You know, most of us think about life like it's this straight line, right? A race to some finish line we call happiness. But what if that's not the right way to look at it at all? What if life is actually a circle, with this really powerful, beautiful symmetry that most of us just completely miss? Let's explore this idea, this four-dimensional wheel of life, and see what it can show us.
The physical dimension is most important when we enter the world and when we are preparing to leave it. This one sentence, it really sets the stage for everything we're about to unpack. It suggests that our lives have this profound symmetry, a journey that truly comes full circle. So let's dig into what that actually means for you and me.
Okay, so to really get a handle on the arc of our lives, we have to look at the two bookends, the moment we arrive and the moment we depart. And in these two incredibly critical periods, one part of our existence stands head and shoulders above all the others, the physical.
I mean, just think about a newborn baby. There's no ambition, no social media pressure, no worrying about a 401k. Happiness is simple. It's purely physical. It's the warmth of a blanket, the comfort of being held, the deep peace of sleep. At the very beginning of life, a healthy body is a happy existence. It's the foundation for everything else that's going to be built on top of it.
Now look at this. This comparison it's pretty striking, right? On the left, birth. On the right, the end of life. After decades of grinding it out, achieving, accumulating stuff, notice how our most basic, fundamental needs swing right back around to being purely physical? Freedom from pain, basic dignity, and just the simple act of rest. Those become the most important things in the world all over again.
And that right there, that is the full circle. We start and we end our lives with the physical dimension as our top priority. And really understanding this symmetry, that's the key to making sense of the entire, messy, complicated journey that happens in between.
So, if our lives are bookended by the physical, what about all those years in the middle?
Well, that's the journey in between. Those are the decades where three other really powerful dimensions get their turn in the spotlight.
You know, as we grow up, just being physically comfortable isn't enough anymore, is it? Our happiness starts getting tied to this new thing, emotional validation. Getting picked for the team, getting a good grade, feeling loved and accepted. In our youth, you could have a perfectly healthy body, but a lonely heart still feels broken.
And then, just when you think you've got it figured out, you step into adulthood, and bam, the rules change all over again. The social dimension takes over. And this one's sneaky. It's like this invisible current in our environment that's constantly shaping our idea of what success even looks like. Suddenly, the definition isn't really ours anymore. We've kind of borrowed it from the people all around us.
The wild part is, we don't fundamentally change all that much, but the game we're playing, it's completely different. In school, success means being popular, fitting in. Then you get a career, and suddenly it's all about that title, climbing the ladder. And then you hit retirement, and the goalposts move again. Now success is about peace, freedom, and having zero obligations. Our environment just keeps changing the rules on us.
And this brings us to maybe the sharpest, most unforgiving dimension of them all, the intellectual one. This really dominates our midlife. It's the world of mortgages, student loans, retirement accounts, and managing risk. And here the consequences are very, very real. A single bad financial decision can wreck our emotional peace, mess up our social standing, and you know what? It can even hurt our physical health. All right, so we've got these four dimensions, but what happens if one of them starts to crumble? This is where this whole model gets incredibly practical, because letting any single part of this wheel fall apart is deeply, deeply dangerous. See, these things are all tied together. You can have all the money in the world, but if your emotional health is a wreck, you're just gonna feel constant anxiety. And you can have all the friends and love you could ever want, but without some financial stability, you have very limited freedom. One broken dimension can absolutely shatter the entire wheel.
So let's be super clear here. The goal is not perfection across the board. I mean, come on, that's impossible, and it's a recipe for misery. The real aim is much simpler and much more achievable. It's balance. It's just about making sure no single area collapses and starts a domino effect that takes everything else down with it.
Okay, but that leads to the big question, right? How do we know which dimension to focus on and when? Well, it turns out there's one final overarching force that dictates the rhythm of this whole wheel, and that force is time. It's the ultimate controller. See, time is constantly shifting our focus, whether we like it or not. When you're young, time puts a huge spotlight on your emotional well-being. Then you hit midlife, and suddenly those big intellectual, financial decisions have the highest stakes.
And as we approach the end, time brings us full circle and demands, absolutely demands, that we pay attention to our physical health above all else.
And this right here, this is the core lesson. Peace isn't found in fighting against the season of life you're in. It's found in aligning with it. Those who fight time, they suffer, but those who align with time, they find peace.
So at the end of the day, the wisdom of this journey isn't about becoming a master of one dimension and just clinging to it forever. No. It's about recognizing which dimension time is highlighting in your own life right now and giving it the respect and attention it deserves.
So I'll just leave you with this question to carry with you. In your life, right here, today, what is time demanding from you? Which dimension is it putting in the spotlight? Because the answer to that question, well, that just might be your next right step towards a more balanced life.